Hello little buns, it is Steph. Welcome back to my home. This is actually not my home. I am currently on vacation. I'm visiting my parents. So it's not my home and that was a lie, but you're welcome here anyway. I want to apologize in advance. I've been sick lately. My voice is not what it normally is. Very raspy, very dry. But that's fine, we're gonna talk about this anyway because this is important. I'm a little bit late to the party, but it is time for me to address the fact that Trump revoked federal protections for bathroom use for transgender students in schools. Hello Luce, you wanna come up? Come on up here, honey. Well, we're gonna have a good talk about the Trumps and the transes. Okay, you just sit like that, that's okay. Where are you gonna sit, honey? Where are you going? You wanna sit right here? You gotta be good if you sit here, okay? You gotta chill out. To be clear, what Trump did was not ban people from bathrooms, but he lifted the protection allowing, or actually, forcing schools to allow transgender students to use the bathroom that match their gender. So he's basically giving permission for individual states to tell transgender people that they cannot go to the washroom in the washroom that makes them comfortable. Which means basically transgender students are not allowed to go to school because they can't not pee for an entire day, okay? You can say, oh yeah, you can go to the girls' washroom if you're a trans dude, but like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And I'm not going to a men's washroom. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I want to tell you about my high school experience in a little bit, but first I want to address what actually happened and I want to talk about the facts. Hey, time to go down now. I gotta focus. Thank you, baby girl. He didn't lift this protection in order to protect transgender people or to fight for the LGBTQ community like he said he would. He literally said he would fight for us and I did not believe it. And you know what? Some of you did. And I really hope you're eating your words because he absolutely does not care about us. He lifted this protection specifically so that people could go backwards. I'm gonna get into everything later, but let's just get started. I wanna read you something from Facebook. One of those shareable posts. I'm just getting my laptop in my hand here. One of those shareable posts that goes around, people share it and stuff. It's got an anonymous source. I don't know who the original source is. My friend Carla shared it. So I just want to read you something. This is not my words, this is a quote from a post, okay? I don't have anything against transgenders, it's just that permissive bathroom policies will be taken advantage of by sexual predators. Men will use this as a loophole. The post goes on. Thought experiment. You're a cis hetero male teenager who wants to rape a girl. School policy says you can go into the girl's bathroom. Hooray! The bathroom, you figure, is the safest place to rape someone, even though anyone can walk in at any time. You're not a bright rapist. Also, you've been barred from this perfect bathroom rape plan by the fact that you were not supposed to be in there. Now you can. All you need to do is convince everyone you're transgender. So you tell your teachers and classmates and parents you're transgender. All said to start bathroom raping, but people have follow-up questions. Are you sure? They expect you to wear girls' clothes now. You're supposed to pick a new name. Your parents are livid. You get kicked off the sports team. Nobody knows what to do with you. People you barely know are congratulating you on your bravery. Your English teacher wants a journalist to interview you. Your best friends make fun of you behind your back. You start to get bullied. You want to fight back, but if you admit you're not trans, they won't let you into the girls' bathroom, and you cannot rape anybody. You go into the girls' bathroom, and they welcome you. Girls offer to accompany you. They offer to help you learn makeup, go shopping with you. How are you going to get any raping done? Weeks pass. People start to notice you're not doing much to transition. They ask encouraging but leading questions. Are you okay? You start to realize there's no way out of this. If you come clean, you'll be branded a villain forever. By everybody, still no rapes. You remember back before all this, when there were so many chances to rape girls, easy ones. Why did the bathroom seem so alluring? Thought experiment. You're a cisgendered, heterosexual male teenager who wants to rape a girl. How will any bathroom policy stop you? Do we really need to focus on protecting young girls from imaginary beasts? Or should we instead start holding young men accountable for their actions? So that's the Facebook post. Basically, it's outlining a situation in which a young man would pretend to be transgender in order to get into the washroom and therefore destroy their own life. And honestly, there's way easier ways to sexually assault somebody. Okay, you don't need to pretend to be transgender, which is why this whole thing is bullshit. Let me continue. Here's the thing. The same people that say these bathroom laws are going to protect women and stop criminals are the ones saying that gun laws are not going to stop people from getting guns. So your logic is like not consistent across the board. First of all, oh my god, okay, let's hang out. Stay with me here, okay? Rapists are not going to respect bathroom laws, okay? If you put in a protection saying that, you know, transgender individuals can't enter a women's bathroom or transgender women can't enter a women's bathroom, you're not protecting anybody. Rapists are still going to find a way in there. The fact is, it is illegal to loiter, loiter in any bathroom, engage in voyeurism. For those of you that don't know, that's basically public sex or nudity. Illegal to assault, sexually assault, or rape, or abduct people out of restrooms. These are all illegal things. This is what people are afraid of. All of these things that are already illegal in bathrooms and are already pretty much illegal everywhere. Rape, sexual assault, harassment, voyeurism, etc. These things are not legal for anybody, including pedophiles and rapists and trans people. Trans people are not allowed to sexually assault, rape, or abduct people. Obviously, a lot of sex offenders are men who molest men or boys. Why is there an assumption that all male pedophiles or male rapists want to assault women? Why are we not protecting men or boys? It's very revealing when we dig down in here, okay? If this is about genitalia and all men apparently are attracted to vaginas, why aren't we banning lesbians or gay men? Why are we only targeting trans people with these laws when trans people are not the only people with genitals that might, what are you doing? Many people, the majority of the people trying to push for these bathroom laws against transgender people are Republican, the same Republicans that voted for the man who candidly and very explicitly bragged about groping women on camera. This man who bragged about groping women on camera repealed a federal protection for trans people under the guise of allowing states to protect women from being groped. Do you understand? Since transgender people have gained visibility, the number of bathroom pedophile incidents or bathroom sexual assault incidents have not increased at all. They've stayed the same. It's been consistent. There has not been a massive shift in sexual assault rates since 2001. So if you're concerned that suddenly rapists have access to bathrooms, you're incorrect, because there's no evidence of any statistic increasing at all across the board. We've always been going pee with you. We've always been there. We have not always been visible. People have not known that we've been peeing in washrooms for forever. And now that people are aware of that, nobody is taking advantage of it to rape people. Literally. What you're worried about does not exist. Let's say a pedophile or a rapist does want to get into a restroom that is not of their gender. Are they going to pretend to be transgender? Or are they going to pretend to be looking for their daughter? Or maybe their wife who's been in the restroom for way too long and they're concerned for their safety? What are they going to do? Are they going to take the easy way that does not involve them changing their life at all? Or are they going to destroy their lives so that they can assault somebody in a bathroom? There are so many ways for people who want to assault to get access to places where they want to assault people. This is not one of them. Nobody is pretending to be trans to assault people. That is not happening. It's not happening. There's no evidence of it happening. Furthermore, pedophiles aren't explicitly, not explicitly. Pedophiles are not exclusively attracted to the opposite gender of them. Pedophiles typically don't have a gender preference. They just want to attack children. Okay? So they're not going to worry about whether it's a women's or a men's washroom. A man who wants to assault a child is going to go to the men's washroom to assault a child. They don't need access to the women's restroom to do that. Again, I don't know why we're assuming that only men are rapists and men only want to rape women. Those are two assumptions that are totally incorrect. Totally incorrect. And while overwhelmingly, yes, it is men who rape women in cases of rape, it is absolutely not indicative of a solid 100% pattern. 100% of the time? No. There's also some claims that this is about giving power back to the states. Individual states have the right to choose what laws they want to do and who they want to protect, etc., etc. If that's what Trump is doing, if that's the traditional Republican thing of every state has its own identity, every state should have its own policies, etc., etc., then why is Trump also revoking the state's right to choose when it comes to marijuana? So he's revoking the federal protection for trans people. And then he's also saying, no, states don't get to choose marijuana laws. We have to follow the federal procedure. So he's not doing this to give power back to states, because he's also revoking power from the states individually. There's no clear indication of a pattern of Trump trying to give power to states. So it's not about that, okay? People that are worried about transgender people molesting children in washrooms or molesting people in general in washrooms are clearly unaware that they're more likely to be molested by somebody on the House of Representatives. The Speaker for the House of Representatives, the longest standing speaker, has a history of child molestation. To be clear, that is Dennis Hastert, the longest serving speaker in the House of Representatives. You are more likely to be molested by him than any transgender person, okay? This is one of the people also who's pushing to bar transgender students and transgender people from washrooms in the first place. Somebody who actually sexually assaults people. There have been people boycotting Target or, for example, certain schools, boycotting them because transgender people are allowed to pee there. Okay? But nobody's boycotting churches in which there have been thousands upon thousands of child rape and molestation cases since 2001. Thousands in America. Child molestation and rape cases. Nobody is not using the church washroom or not going to church, even though that's where a high degree of child abuse occurs. And I'm not asking you to. I'm not saying you should. Okay? I'm saying you can't make a correlation between trans people and sexual assault if you're not going to do it in every other case, which is churches and sexual assault and child molestation, coaches and sexual assault and child molestation, doctors. You cannot just choose the one that has the least evidence out of anything. Literally, also zero evidence, not even the least, zero evidence, which is the least. But you know what I'm saying? You choose that one to make a villain out of. But none of the other ones where there's concrete examples and concrete evidence, you're not going to protect children from them. Okay, all right. I have to read off this for a second, okay? Just bear with me. HRC, the Human Rights Campaign, the American Civil Liberties Union, and the Transgender Law Center. Okay, these three groups have stated there is zero evidence of any kind of statistical thing to warrant these laws. Okay? These anti-trans bathroom laws. There is zero evidence. Not like a few cases, literally zero. There is no firm data to corroborate these lawmakers' claims that we need to protect women from transgender people. Zero. And there's also, they're trying to tell you, oh, we're trying to protect women from men who want to pretend to be transgender, not from transgender people. Transgender people aren't what we're talking about. There is still zero evidence of people pretending to be transgender to gain access to a washroom, except for Joey Salads, okay, who didn't rape anybody. He was just an asshole. And also that whole video was fake, so, okay. The CTE has also not heard of a single instance of a transgender person harassing a cisgender person in a washroom. Not a single one. People who claim otherwise don't have evidence, or they're citing false evidence, okay? Because these groups want to know about transgender people. We want to be on top of our folks. Okay, we want to know if somebody's causing trouble. We want to know what the rates are. The fact is, zero transgender people have assaulted people in bathrooms, and zero people have pretended to be transgender to assault somebody in a bathroom, okay? Now the truth is, transgender and gender nonconforming people are at a high risk in restroom situations. There is a lot of evidence for that. Okay, so no evidence for transgender people being a problem in bathrooms, but lots of evidence for transgender people being in trouble in bathrooms. Okay? Hear me out. According to the most recent survey by the National Transgender Discrimination Survey report, whatever, 63% of transgender people have experienced a high degree or an extreme case of discrimination. And an extreme case would indicate it's something that's put them at risk, put them in harm's way. And 70% of the survey filler outers, transgender people, have reported either being harassed, assaulted, or sexually assaulted in a bathroom, or being denied entry to a bathroom. So we have zero cases of trans people assaulting, or zero cases of people pretending to be transgender assaulting people in bathrooms. And then we have 70% of trans people in this survey, I don't know how many were surveyed, I don't know, but 70% of them have experienced being harmed either mentally or physically in a washroom, a public washroom. The evidence is not in favor of these laws, okay? The evidence is in favor of a federal protection for transgender students and transgender people outside of schools. This is not about giving power back to the states. This is not about protecting women or children. This is not about pedophiles. This is not about people pretending to be transgender. This isn't even about trans people. Actually, it sort of is. Yeah, it is actually. I don't know where I was going with that. Hold on. My friend Carla posted this on Facebook. She said at the bottom of a post of other statistic things, she said, "It's not about bathrooms, it's about scoring political points with their base and forcing people like me to go into hiding." So what she means by people like me is transgender people, forcing transgender people to go back into hiding. So this is not about protecting anybody. This is not about persecuting anybody for lying and for sexually assaulting. This is about scoring political points with Republican voters, and it's about forcing us back into hiding. It's about harming us directly. It's about harming the LGBT community. And even people who are not LGBT. There are cis women who might look a little bit masculine or present a little bit masculine, who are not more likely to be harassed than trans people in bathrooms, but just as likely, almost, I would say, just as likely to be harassed in bathrooms, because people who are fearful of trans people don't know who trans people are. They see a masculine woman and they think that person is gender non-conforming, I better harass them. Like, it literally is to anybody that doesn't fit their worldview. This is not just about transgender people. I'm trying to protect everybody, okay? I'm trying to protect my entire community. The LGBT community is at risk, especially in bathrooms right now. And there is absolutely no evidence to support any laws trying to shut us out of them, okay? Lord have mercy, I'm gonna die. I wanna explain my high school washroom situation a little bit before I go. When I was in high school, I did not know I was transgender, but I knew I was gender nonconforming. I thought I was gender fluid, and I didn't really understand anything. I didn't understand myself very much, but I knew that I did not feel comfortable, nor was I safe in the boys' washrooms at schools. So I literally, for the first 3 years of high school, I didn't go to the washroom at school. I would go home and then stay home. If I had to go pee, if I had to go to the washroom, I would go home and stay home and not go back to school, because it was too risky for me to go to the men's washroom. It was not a safe place. In my last year of high school, they allowed me to use the staff washroom, which was halfway across the school from any of my classes. I would have to pretty much take a 5-minute walk to get there and to go pee. It also didn't do anything to make me feel included or like I belonged in this school, okay? And of course, in my situation, I didn't understand that I was transgender. I didn't tell them, hey, I should be using the women's washroom. I never told them that because I didn't understand. But there are so many transgender students who know their gender, who know, hey, I belong in the women's washroom. I belong in women's spaces. I am a woman. and they're being told, no, you're gonna go to a women's washroom where you are at risk for harassment, sexual assault, and assault. You're gonna go there because we don't want you in the women's washroom where you're not gonna do anything but pee. If you are currently in school, college, even anywhere where you feel unsafe and you are dealing with a lot of mental health problems, if you feel like you're at risk, if you're scared, if you're lonely, I'm gonna put phone numbers in the description box that you can call, crisis lines, things like that. One's just for transgender people or anybody in the LGBT community. I want you to know that it does get better. High school is only 4 years of your life, at least where I come from it is. And you will get to a place where you feel safe. And I promise you that those of us that are out of school, that are out of high school, we're doing our best to fight for you. We're doing our best to make this world a better place for you. And I promise you, we will not stop until you are safe. I'm gonna head out now. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for hearing me out. Thank you for listening. If you want to share this video, I would really appreciate that. I want as many people as possible to be educated on this topic and to understand that these laws have absolutely no reason to exist and that transgender students deserve to go pee. Okay, we deserve to go pee. Laverne Cox actually mentioned, I want to end it with this. She mentioned that these laws are not about bathrooms. They're about allowing transgender people to exist in public spaces. They're allowing transgender people to go to school, allowing transgender people to go to work, to malls, to shop, to travel. When transgender people cannot access basic accommodations like bathrooms, we can't go anywhere. So not only, like I said earlier, is it about scoring political points and forcing us into hiding, it's about not allowing us to go anywhere. It's about limiting our experiences, limiting our lives. People say, oh, it's no big deal, bathrooms are no big deal, bathroom nonsense, it's nothing, you know, why are you so focused on this? Because I can't do anything if I can't go pee, okay? I can't go anywhere if I can't go pee. First of all, spironolactone is a diuretic, okay? So like hormones for trans women make you have to pee more. So if I can't go pee, where am I gonna go? Anyway, I need to go, the battery's dying, and I have said all I have to say. Thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, just remember you are a change maker. You are going to make this world a better place for everybody. As long as you try, you can do it. I believe in you. I love you so much. I will see you again soon, okay? I love you so much, bye.